All right, everyone, welcome back to another video, another manicure, another day, another week. Yes. Okay, so we are going to be doing this beautiful Opal ombre. I've done something similar before, never quite achieved the effect that I was going for. This is a recreation of someone else's work that I saw online. I will try to find the reference image. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. I wasn't looking at it in order to achieve this. I was just going based off of my memory of what it looked like in the past. And I think I got pretty close. I'll have to look at the reference image and post it up here so that you can see what I was drawing from. But basically there's a black ombre underneath the Opal gel, which is this beautiful HEMA-free builder gel. It's Chameleon number 4 from Paola Barron. I picked it up at the Premier Orlando convention about a month ago now, and I've been itching to use it. So I figured I would do it for this manicure. And you can see once I get it open, just how gorgeous it is. So we will be using that. I will show you how it's done, and we're gonna get right into it. So I already have my builder gel backfill done. I now have gel all over my thumb on my left hand, so I'm gonna clean that up with a little bit of acetone, and we're going to get into it. I do have some flooding as usual. Always happens on my right hand. Just want to neaten that up a bit. I do want to be a little bit more careful with my right hand. My left hand, the application was a little uneven, and you can see that I don't have the traditional apex. It kind of goes up at the cuticle, goes flat, and then curves down. Not really what I usually go for the shape of my nails. And this one dips down a little bit. I did do a base coat and a top coat, then I filed and smoothed it a little bit and went back in with another base and top coat. But it's not ideal, but I'm going to be redoing my nails again in about a week anyway for my vacation. So it is what it is. I don't want to futz with it too much more. So I'm going to go in with Magnifique from Madame Glam. It's a beautiful French pink. And I'm just going to do one coat to get a slightly nude base layer to the nails. I do typically go for an almond-shaped nail, but I figured I'd go a little bit closer to stiletto this time. And I'm going to go ahead and flash cure. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the first ombre, which is with the black. I'm going to do it on my thumb before flash curing. We actually did this in my last video, not with black, but it's basically the same process where you coat the tip of your nail however much you want with your color, and then you go in with an ombre brush, preferably a clean one. This has some of the Chameleon flakes on it already. Make sure it's nice and feathered out, as dry as possible. And then you want to just dab at the color and thin it out to blend out that line. Just like so. Now what I did on my last set is I went right back in, or my left hand rather, is I went right back in with a little bit more black at the tip to make it a little bit more opaque, but I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to cure this first and then go in and do that because it made it a little thick, and I think that's where I started having problems with the bulking up the tip of the nail and distorting the shape. So I'm not going to do that this time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flash that in the big lamp because it's black. All right, I flashed it for 30 seconds, and now I'm going to do my other nails. Okay, once you have the first stage of the ombre done, you can go ahead and flash cure it. I just want to make sure you know that when I'm taking the brush and I'm playing with the bristles, I've cleaned it. So every time you see the brush disappear off screen, I'm cleaning it with a little bit of acetone, and then I'm redistributing the bristles to feather them out so that I get a smooth transition. Make sure you don't touch anything that has gel on it with your bare hands. So go ahead and cure. And now you can go in and do the second coat of black if you want to bring up that opacity. So I'm just going to put a little bit at the tip. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did before, but I'm not going to drag it all the way down. I'm just going to dab it. The color itself and the lines are going to get covered over by the Chameleon builder gel. So that's not something you really have to worry about. I just don't want it to be a drastic drop off of color. I want it to blend a little bit more smoothly. Okay, moving on to Opal, but first I wanted to mention that this is obviously not an opaque black. It is a syrup gel from Tiny. It's always best when you're doing ombres, especially if you're doing really dramatic differences in your color, that you use the same tone. So if you're going to blend creams together, use 2 creams. If you're going to blend syrup gels together, use 2 syrups. Just it'll make it an easier transition, and you can always build up the opacity. So moving on to our builder gel. So obviously this is a builder gel, it's thicker. You want to go light with your application so that you don't have problems with the application and with bloating your nails. So I'm just going to take the tiniest amount and I'm going to focus it at the tip and kind of pull it down. Once you do that, you can then go in with your ombre brush again and redistribute the gel slightly. Pull it down along the side walls. And then feather it down over the ombre. Make sure you look at the side profile so that you're not getting that bloated tip. And then go ahead and give it a cure. Okay, so now I'm comparing my left and my right hand, and you can tell that the Chameleon flakes are a little bit more opaque on the left hand. So I'm going to go in and try to mimic it without adding too much more product. So going to just take my application brush again and go in towards the tip. And in the end, whatever it is, it is. It's not going to be exactly the same. And I want to bring some more down here to hide that line. What you can also do is if you have loose chameleon flakes in the same tone, you can dab them on top of the nail. The only reason why I didn't is because the ones that I have tend to pull a little yellow depending upon how the light hits it. And I don't always like it. So I'm just going to keep doing it this way. And whatever it is, it is. All right, and the only thing left is to base and top coat, and then this manicure will be finished. All right, I am just going to clean up the underside as I usually do. I don't usually do it on camera, I don't think. But I usually just file up underneath, even it out. If there's any inconsistencies around the profile, if I have gel that's dripped underneath and caused kind of like a bird beak, then I go ahead and even that out. All right, time for some hand cream and cuticle oil, and that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you all for joining me once again. Hit that like button, comment and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. As I said, I will be going on vacation soon, but by the time this video posts, likely I'll already be back. I do not anticipate there being a break in my posting. I've got enough video footage to have everything posting while I'm away. Now I just need to actually edit it. So I've been exceedingly lazy lately with editing my videos. I don't know what it is. I switched to using CapCut, and I like some of the features. It just feels a little bit more laborious than using iMovie. So like I think about editing videos and it just tires me out. But I'm going to get to it as soon as possible. And the next video will actually be me doing my vacation nails. So look forward to that. As I said, by the time it posts, I will be back. But thank you once again for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.